Hello everyone, Tony here with Kinoptico. Today we're diving into the world of video live streaming with an amazing device that I just got from Osee Tech. And I'm talking about the Osee GoStream Duet, this compact yet powerful device that promises to revolutionize your live streaming setup with tons of advanced features packed into this extremely portable device with a decently intuitive design. So stay with me as we explore together everything this amazing gadget has to offer. So let's get started. So before we start, I have to say that in order to be able to do this review, Osee did send me this unit at no cost. And I also get to keep it, but they don't get to influence in any way my personal criteria or opinion about this device. And they also don't get to see this video before it's released. I did buy the first unit, which is right here, with my own money. And I have done a couple of videos about it just because from the first moment I thought this deck was somehow a game changer for many people. That said, let's get started. First off, let's talk about the key features of the Osee GoStream Duet. And obviously the first thing that we have to talk about is the elephant in the room. These 4 SDI inputs that make this size of video switcher unique in its class. I mean, I don't know any other video switcher at this price point and of this size that provides you with 4 SDI inputs. That's a lot to say, and they also included an NDI license so that you can connect one of those newer sophisticated NDI cameras. They also addressed part of the very popular concern among the Osee GoStream Deck users. I'm talking about the first Osee GoStream Deck, and it was the heat. This one has now a built-in fan to keep it cool for longer periods of time. It doesn't mean that it's not going to get hot or warm, but not as much, I guess, as this fan will dissipate lots of that heat. And I'll say that these 3 features, 4 SDI inputs, NDI license, and a built-in fan, are the only ones that separate the Osee GoStream Duet from the previous model. So I'll say that for professional portable live streaming setups, this iteration of the GoStream Deck brings some significant upgrades to the table. So let's now compare it with the original deck. Mine, I have it here because I did some modification. I made this custom case for it. But if we take some measurements, this one is about 11 centimeters wide. This one the same. This one is 25 centimeters long. I mean, if we add the SDI inputs, it's about 27, 25. So yeah, actually is the same exact device. The same button layout as you can see in both, with the exception that this one has the SDI inputs. Something I have to say though is that in the Duet model, the SD card slot is on the left, while on the original unit, the SD card slot is on the right hand side. I assume that that happened because the fan is using a lot of space on the left hand side and they had to move it to the right, and they had to probably move a few components inside to fit this 4 SDI inputs on the left hand side. The hot air is basically being pulled out through this grid right here, and you'll ask, where's the air intake then? Okay, so here there's a few holes so that the air can flow in that direction. And down here, if you can see as well, there's a few, it's a line of holes here to allow the air to go through the electronic components inside. This is definitely not an unboxing video. There's lots of those around there. You can probably find one about the unboxing. The box is right here, but I already took it out, as you can see. Inside, you'll find the Osee GoStream Duet itself, together with the power adapter and a few manuals. So let's put this right here. Now let's take a closer look at the connectivity options of the GoStream Duet. I have 2 body guards here, one on my left hand side and another one on the right hand side. two PTZ cameras that we're going to connect to the Osee GoStream Duet through an SDI connection. Here I have one of them. Let's connect this in input 1. Let's connect this other one into input 2. This is gonna get really messy in a couple minutes. I'm going to be connecting a lot of stuff to this. Now let's connect this monitor. Let's connect this monitor here. Let's do it through output 1. We're going to connect this laptop here. I'll say through input 4. Okay, input 4. I was also going to connect this FX6 to the deck, but that will be ridiculous, I think. So I opted, because it's just too big, so I opted for one of these Blackmagic cameras. Thankfully, these Blackmagic cameras have full HDMI connection. I'm going to connect this to input 3. And then I'm going to connect this to a power source, right? Okay, so let me turn on this camera, turn on this monitor. These PTZ cameras are connected back there to a power over Ethernet switch, PoE, which is probably the best way you could connect your PTZ cameras, especially with a cable like this. Look at this cable. It's like a twin cable. It provides you with SDI connection plus Ethernet, and you can find cables like this. They're hard to find, but I found one that is 300 feet or something like that, and it's amazing. That allows you to put your cameras like really far away from your switcher on the left and the right hand side, because I really don't understand why when a lot of professional live streamers are doing live streams, they put like one camera here and another one right there, and then they do a close-up of the speaker, and then they have a wide angle, and that's it pretty much. But I prefer to have like more dynamic perspectives, and I always put cameras like really far away to the right and then to the left. Probably I have one right in front of me pointing at the speaker, and then another one on the other side of the room just taking people's reactions. I always recommend that for these kind of devices where you record and playback video, to use a V60 or above SD card, like this one. This is an Extreme Pro V60 memory card. Let's put it inside here. And right away, let's just turn it on. Okay, I'm gonna actually start recording right away everything I'm doing. Okay, let's also connect a microphone, a lavalier mic in this case. I'm going to use the DJI mic. This is the output right here. I'm going to connect it to the, I'll say input 1. I told you this was going to get really messy here. Okay, let's connect a pair of headphones. Let's see if I can hear myself. 1, 2, 1, 2. Yep, I can hear myself right here through the left. This is basically because I have set up my DJI microphones to be transmitter 1 on the right and transmitter 2 on the left, so I can hear it through my left ear here. Hello, hello, good. All right, good enough. All right, so there is something very important here that we're forgetting, and that is connecting it to the internet. That's actually one of the ways that you can connect it to the desktop interface. So boom, we're in business. You actually don't even need a computer to live stream to up to 3 platforms with this device. You just basically need a monitor and a connection to internet and your cameras, and that's it. Because this is an encoder. So I could start live streaming right now if I wanted, directly from the deck by using a YouTube or Facebook streaming key. Check this video up here. If you're not using a computer and you want to, let's say, live stream directly from the Duet without the need of a computer. Check that video so that you know exactly how to set up the streaming keys in the SD cards. Or I could just connect a USB cable to my laptop and just do it through OBS or vMix or any other platform. But let's go to the next level and let's connect the Duet to its software. First off, make sure you download the software from the link in the description of this video. I already have it in my desktop, so let's open it up. When you download this software, you'll notice that you don't have to do any installation process. There's lots of people confused with this in the Osee GoStream Deck Facebook support group, but this is just what is called a portable software that doesn't need installation. So just put it in a folder, whatever you prefer, and just maybe pin the launcher to your taskbar, which is exactly what I did, and you'll be good to go. Make sure your laptop is in the same network as your Osee GoStream Duet. Actually, let's go crazy and let's connect Stream Deck to the equation. So as you can see here, this is the IP address that I'm currently connected to. My computer is in the same range of IPs, and then I'm already connected. So whatever I do in the Duet, you can see it reflected in the software, which is awesome. Once you have the software when you're streaming, you don't have to do the process that I previously indicated, where you have to introduce the streaming keys to the SD card. You can actually just go to the Stream tab, and you can actually copy and paste your streaming keys right here in this box that you see here. Stream 1, Stream 2, and Stream 3. 3 boxes for the streaming keys. So as you can see, we pretty much have everything we need here. The audio mixer, it's right here. You can just open it up or close it right here. You have the still images. Currently, I don't have any still images in this SD card. I only have one video right now in this area. And here are the general settings. Some of these settings, you can just access them through the menu here, but in this case, it's way easier because you have like a visual interface here to set up everything way easier. The fan control is right here, is in auto. Let's go to high. Okay. Let me put this microphone here so you can hear the fan yourself. In high. Let's set it to low. Okay, let's go from high to low. And that's how it sounds. This area here is where you can play and pause whatever video you have stored in your SD card. Here's where you select the Stream 1, Stream 2, and Stream 3 when you're ready to go live. And I'll say this is a very easy and intuitive software. Here we have the chroma, the key patterns. Here's a downstream key, very important for lower thirds and any other kind of graphics. Here you can set up the super source. Let's enable the super source. So if we select the super source here, we can actually see what we have. And here's what we have in the super source. I have camera 3 as the background. Looks terrible. I have camera 1 as source 1, which is on the left hand side, and source and input 2 as source number 2 on the right hand side, and then I can just cut to that. Here I can see how long time I've recorded so far, and this is the space that I still have in my memory card, 474 gigabytes. So I could record 251 hours. That's crazy. I could be recording forever with 512 gigabytes. I think that the integration of the Osee GoStream Duet with the companion plugin opens a lot of new possibilities for this deck. Here I have a Stream Deck. Actually, I'm not even using companion. I have a really interesting trick that I learned that you can also use. I'm gonna do a video tutorial on how to do that using the Stream Deck with the Duet without the need to use companion. You could use companion for sure, but I could actually have animated graphics. Just look at that screen. The plugin is important because there's a lot of other stuff that you can program with it, but this time I'm using it without the plugin. And these are some of the stuff, some of the things I can do. I can send some animated graphics, as you can see there. Let's also have some news going at the bottom there. I can, let's say, add a logo on the top left. And what else? Let me just introduce a weather graphic on top. The time from there is taken from the computer, so it's real time and it's auto-updating. So it's the real time and it's auto-updating. So it's 2:51 in the morning, yeah. And I'm doing this video for you guys. The one on top, on the top corner, also can be programmed so that you choose the location where you are and it will automatically take all the weather details from the area that you set it up for. That's pretty interesting. And as you can see, those graphics are animated. You can hit again, let's say the weather, and it'll go out. Let's remove the logo on the top left. I have these buttons so that they toggle on and off those graphics. Let me remove the lower third with the name. And last but not least, I'm gonna remove, oops, I introduced the weather again. I'm gonna take it out again. And then I'm going to remove the news, which is this one. So I think the GoStream Duet pretty much has you covered for almost every basic situation of live streaming. And actually you could even do professional jobs with this. And pay attention to this. This is very important. If you're gonna be using a cheap monitor, let's say one of those 60 megahertz refresh rate monitors, like a computer monitor, a regular one, I'll strongly suggest you to do this first. Hit menu and go to down here, hit settings, and then go straight down to out format right here, and make sure you have it set to 1080p 60. Select that, because usually to live stream with 24 or 30 frames per second, you'll need probably a professional monitor. But I think if you have it set up for 1080 60, you're gonna be good to go with pretty much any monitor. Now, if you have a professional monitor that supports 24 or 30 FPS, I think you're pretty much good to go in whatever frame rate you decide to live stream. Something amazing you can do after the most recent firmware update is that you can actually record directly to an SSD hard drive. You can do that with the old Osee GoStream Deck and the Duet, both of them. But this is very important. You're only able to use one or the other and not both at the same time. So I would strongly suggest that if you decide to use an SD card, don't connect an SSD at the same time, and vice versa, to avoid any potential issues. Another aspect worth mentioning here is the user-friendly interface and the control panel. I think my grandma could do a live stream with this, with a few instructions, yeah. So whether you're a beginner or a seasoned streamer, navigating through the menus and settings, I'll say is very intuitive and straightforward. And this makes for a seamless live streaming experience, allowing you to focus on creating a compelling content. Here I have this, is the A10 Mini Pro that I used for a long time. I used to love this, but I'm gonna be honest with you, there's a lot of stuff missing here that it's already packed in the Osee GoStream deck. So I'm not sure what I'm gonna do with this. Probably I can use it as a secondary or backup switcher in case I need it. Because I think the Osee GoStream Duet or the Osee GoStream deck right there pretty much have all the features that I was looking for. If I do a quick size comparison, I could say that the A10 Mini Pro is slightly smaller, but a half an inch more or less for me is pretty much insignificant. So you do have full control of your audio sources, as you can adjust gain, balance, and fade to achieve the perfect sound mix for your stream. When it comes to integrate more than one camera to your live stream, so yeah, you can definitely create really nice visual effects with multi-layered compositions, custom transitions, chroma keying, downstream keys, etc. You also have 8 macro buttons here that you can configure in pretty much infinite ways. So you have a lot of possibilities when it comes to being creative with these macro buttons or memory buttons. Now let's talk about the value. Priced at just $395 US, I think the GoStream Duet offers exceptional bang for the buck, considering it also includes an NDI license, which typically costs an extra $70. So I honestly think that if you're looking to start in this business, or maybe expand your rig, or simply have a plan B, which is always good to have, especially in big events like streaming projects, I think it's a no-brainer for streamers looking to elevate their setup without breaking the bank. So what's the verdict? The Osee GoStream Duet is definitely a game changer for live streamers, offering a perfect blend of performance, versatility, and affordability. This device has pretty much everything you need to produce high-quality streams with ease. Don't just take my word for it. I've been using the first version of this deck for a while now without pretty much any issues. So I'll say just give it a try and see for yourself. Before using it for the first time, and this is important, so hear me out, the people at Osee Tech recommend that you update it to the latest firmware, which as of today, the end of May 2024, the most recent update is 2.1.1. You can find the link to that in the description. So go to that link and update it, and you should have a fully functional unit, including the NDI license. Well, that's all for today's video. Thank you for joining me to know a little bit more about the GoStream Duet. If you found some useful information and enjoyed this video, consider subscribing and liking and maybe commenting. If you have any questions, just leave it down there. So until next time, happy streaming.